evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Partnership of Greatness. Tonight's Partnership of Greatness is different from the one my wife and I normally do, and is similar to what we did the last time we were here with my wife, which was last Wednesday. But tonight, we are privileged. I've called seasoned people that are looking in the interests and affairs of the sports in Zambia. And let me just introduce them. On my immediate left is a man that you all know. We all see him promoting sport in Zambia. Reverend Makembo, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Bishop, and thank you very much, our viewers.
And next to him is Mr. Ishmael Piri. Welcome to the program.
It's a pleasant evening, Bishop. Thank you for having me here, and pleasant evening to our viewers.
Amen. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, one of the panelists is on his way coming. He will join us, but my wife and I are very passionate in everything that we do. In agriculture, we are all out in that area. We are putting measures in place. We are doing what we can. By the time we announce what we are doing in agriculture and where we are going, Zambia will be grateful that Jehovah has placed people in this world that can look in the affairs of a common man. But I sit here looking at one passion that my wife and I have had since last year. I went to Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, to give them my vision, to give them the burden of my heart, and requesting them to hold my hand. I hold their hand. Let's work together and promote soccer in this nation. I am so privileged that we have a veteran. I've not played soccer at any competitive level. I played Mukompound, as you know, but Reverend Makembo here is a veteran man who has played soccer at its highest level. Reverend, tell the nation, because you and our senior head coach, Elijah Chikwanda, you played soccer together.
Exactly. For those who may not know me, much of me, I come from the soccer background. And from my soccer background, I mingled a lot with the late team which perished. May their soul rest in peace. In the name of Godfrey Yukachitaru, in the name of Alex Shora, in the name of Boniface Simtowe, in the name of that crew of that nature. So in there, we also mingled around with Elijah Chikwanda, who is the head coach in this ministry here. And out of him, from my last coming here, very, very grateful indeed that your prayer is coming to be answered. And along with me, I've also pulled one of the personnel that we have been asking through your prayers to say, please help us in this ministry, so that we are to give what God has revealed in us to you, the people. And out of that, all the corners of Zambia, we know what it means when it comes in terms of sporting, in particular soccer.
Which team did you play for?
I played for
from
the
time you were young and rising up.
Yeah, from my time when I was young, there was an amateur team which was called ICP, International Cartons and Packaging, the Material Industrial Area. Was my my hometown was Mateo. So Mateo nurtured me to go to that amateur team. Eventually, Lusaka Tigers saw me doing what they saw in me. I could do it into them. They coopted me into their squad. And out of Lusaka Tigers, I made up my name to be where I am. I became the schoolboy international player there, where we mingled a lot with Elijah Chikwanda, who is our coach at this
Camnet
Stars. He's not just somebody who has just been picked. He understands football at the highest level. And out of him, we had even Zambia exported him. He went to coach, I think it was in Botswana. And
went to
Botswana, he came back, the Green Eagles took him, and the Green Eagles, they were Green Eagles at that time. He even went to Nkwazi, and Nkwazi was real flying. And that was during the coach of Camnet. So Camnet has got a high-profile coaching bench, which for me, I don't doubt it at all.
And one of your friends who is also a coach on Camnet bench is Fiudes Musonda, who was coaching in Ghana.
And even I saw Haiga Mlenga.
Yes, Haidi
Mlenga. He was also one of my teammate at Zambia schools.
Really?
It's the Camnet bench. It's a big bench. It's a big bench. That one I could even marry to the national bench. The caliber of the personnel on that bench, it's real high. And high in the sense that they're capable of giving what we want them to give us.
Amen.
They're capable of giving the nation what we want them to give the nation. See, it's a good combination.
Coming to Mr. Piri, you were introduced to me, I think, when was that when you called us to go and watch the game in Kanyama Reverend? Was it on Saturday or Friday? Monday?
Monday being a holiday, it was a holiday.
Monday being a holiday, Mr. Piri is a genius of a man. He supports soccer, how he organized the trophies, everything there. And Reverend Makembo said, Mr. Chikwanda, please come and see the players. He's very passionate about, Zambian football, Reverend Makembo. And we go there, we find Mr. Piri. When did you develop the interest for soccer? Were you also playing in the Lusaka Tigers?
No. Unfortunately, I'm not that much of a player, Bishop. My soccer interest goes way back to my high school days at Kaplonga Boys.
Okay.
Yes, I was part of the organizing committee for the Bustere Club, as we used to call it back then. Yes, sir. So, looking at the setup of Kanyama constituency, and all the do's and don'ts that have been going on in the community there, we thought the best way to keep our youths responsible and close to the power is to have them active through sports. That's how we started. We started very small with my team organizing football in the constituency. What we did was we had 2 teams playing first. Then gradually the number kept on growing, yes, by the means of the Creator, Then the tournament which you attended, that was our biggest yet event. And hopefully we hope to organize more of such events, and we hope...
How many teams participated in that one?
We had 89 teams.
89 teams?
Yes.
So others were eliminated on the way?
Yes.
And then you go to the finalists?
To the finalists, yes.
Where did those 89 teams come from?
From within Kanyama constituency.
You mean there are so many clubs there?
Yes, sir.
My God.
That I can attest, and there is a skill that the nation needs to tap in. There is just a skill that is waiting skill that is hungry to be put on the plate, you know, so that people's stomach can be satisfied at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
You know, dear Camnet viewers, when I attended the soccer event in Kanyama, which was organized by Mr. Piri and Reverend Makembo, said, you hurry, because Camnet Stars, as you all know by now, we have a team in Division 2, provincial Division 2. And this is just under 1 year, Reverend Makembo. God has been so gracious. Of course, the commandant of the National Service gave us the slot for BB, which is the National Service team in Lusaka West. That's how come we got that slot, and we were given Division 2.
Okay.
But the burden has been, Reverend Makembo, when you were playing as an international player from schools, the standard of soccer we are seeing now, is that how Zambia was? And when Godfrey Chitalu was there, the KK11 and all those people, would you say the standards are the same or they've dropped?
No, they are not the same. During our time of playing, at that time, we moved on a pride form, just for you just to put on a jersey, just for you to wear, to say, I'm putting on this jersey as a first player in the first team. That was enough. And during that period of our time of play, discipline was very high. All our mind was not on social movements. It was just for the pride of the game. And out of the pride of the game, we got what we wanted to get. Our nation, the name of the nation, Zambia, was being put there. Each time we would hear to say it's Warriors who are playing with the city of Lusaka, or Lusaka Tigers, where I trained the most. You could see that at club level, by 12 hours, the stadium was packed.
Really?
People were just there wanting to watch who Makembo is, wanted to watch who Sintowe was, wanted to watch who Stenkapasa was, wanted to watch who Bizo Opiri. By then, Tigers had Bizo Opiri, terrific striker there.
Really?
He used to dribble a lot. So by then, you would find that the movement of the players, it was high. Our level of understanding of play was just floating. We were away from all these other wrong devices where you could keep the other bad angles of doing some activities. We were away from there.
Drunkenness, stealing, womanizing, and all those.
Away. And this is why I'm very happy, Pastor, for you to have even extended the invitation to Mr. Piri here. And that is his drive. To say, for him to bring those 96 teams.
98 teams.
98 teams. And if you look at the composition of one team, the composition of one team, we talk of about maybe 20, maybe we talk of 25 times by that number. That tells you to say it has got a very good capacity. And what is the aim there? What is the theme there? What are you targeting? That is the area where I said yes. This is what we had told the people of Zambia through Camnet TV to say, through you, we need what we need. Put us in prayer so that we bring in more God's people before you, before Him, so that they move away from such kind of bad vices which we have seen escalating on our land. And that is an angle that we have been looking for, to say, let us move in a positiveness and carry what the nation wants to carry. Don't need to wait for the nation to tell us.
Now,
to move.
Thank God for what Mr. Piri is doing. I was so impressed. This is why when we talked to Reverend Makembo, I said, I need that man here. Because, you know, what I saw there By the way, my dear guests, my dear visitors, TV viewers, help me to welcome Mr. Nchima. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
He is FAS General Secretary, Lusaka Province.
I'm actually two positions.
Yes.
Youth rep, I'm in charge of youth football in Lusaka Province. And also I'm one of the subcommittee members at the national level. All the football related at national level in terms of youth football, I'm in charge.
Can you imagine that? Welcome, sir. Now, I was talking about Mr. Piri. When we were watching with Coach Kwanda, where we sat on the bench, I saw in that women's team, the women team, one girl was just super. And I looked, I said, why doesn't that girl go to national team and what? Then the Reverend Makembo said, yes, that's the girl who plays in the national team Katongo. Yes. The girls who are going for the World Cup.
Yes, sir.
My goodness, she was just too good for, for that level. So, all because of what you are doing. Now, before I go to FAS official, he may speak in his capacity, he may speak on the policy of FAS and everything. He's come to visit our team, he's been there, and I want you to know that I am personally grateful to God. Because those boys I saw, that you are putting together,
yes,
the soccer that I saw in that rock-pitched stadium or ground, I could not believe it. And I kept on saying, here are some boys, Mbappe type, Neymar type,
exactly.
And they are just too good.
Yes.
What is your vision of getting into all those players? What do you want to achieve? Because I noticed the first, second, third, and fourth position, you did not just give them trophies, but you gave them money.
Yes, Bishop.
I am not a bishop, I'm a pastor. Bishop is a very big title for me.
Okay,
just call me pastor.
Pastor.
Yes.
Okay. What we want to see achieved through our efforts is to see a day when FAS would not look at club level only when poaching national team players. I would love to see a day when FAS would wake up one day and the first thing that comes to their mind is, let's go to Kanyama and try to look at the talent that is there. We try to tap into the talent that is in Kanyama. I would love to see a day where people like Collins, the famous number 10, you know, in our tournament, would be seen on playing in a club like Chelsea one day. So this is why where I draw the passion personally, and I take it personal. It is a personal zeal that comes from my soul to make sure to say we keep these youths active and we keep them moving at a pace that is pleasant in the eyes of the people, and we keep them away from vices that can end up destroying their talent at the end of the day. That is what we intend to achieve at the end of the day, Pastor.
I can assure you I'm very grateful to have you on this set.
Thank you so much.
And for the nation to see you. Without Reverend Makembo, I would not have seen you.
Yes, it's true.
And let me say that because Reverend Makembo is passionate about sports in general,
yes.
He supports everything. But when he called Mr. Nchima, when he called Coach Chikwanda, because thank God we have a witness to the vision of Camnet TV.
Yeah.
I mean Camnet Stars, because last year I went to FAS and explained why I want to raise a football team. And also how I want to push most of these boys into Europe. Can you believe it that 4 weeks ago we planted our first seed our boy, one of the strikers, is playing in South Africa now.
Wow.
He came from Camnet.
Wow.
And now we've got 4 slots. On the 9th of January, the boys are supposed to leave for Romania. I've sent the passports, invitation cards, letters are coming this week, and we should submit them to FAS. But these boys see them touch the ball, and you say, where is FAS?
Exactly.
Mr. Chima, do you take time to see these boys in the compounds?
Yeah.
I'm great privilege to be here. My dad, Pastor Mike Campbell, being there in football, I've been growing in football circles, and him. I've been seeing his academies and so on. Even when we were vying for this position, I was elected, by the way. We had the heated elections either way. What is FAS is efforts made by Camnet TV that will be able to say, okay, fine, like you are saying, this is actually big news that Camnet club is trying to send some players outside. That's big news. Look, we just from watching World Cup. Most of the players, let me take an example of African team like Morocco. Most of the players that were in that team,
they play in Europe.
They play outside Africa, outside Morocco. Why? There were clubs that were sending players outside.
Absolutely.
Before that, Pastor will agree with you and with all of us that we used to have some clubs before. These children that you are seeing outside in America today, we've secured the services of Mavika, who was born in Lusaka, particularly in Chawama. The boy went to America. He's playing for Miami. Today, the boy is now willing to play for Zambia. Pastor is aware. Okay, there were clubs that were involved to send the boy outside. And that's how you qualify to the World Cup. You don't go to the World Cup. Yes, I'm not belittling what the Zambian players can do.
No, we understand.
We won the Africa Cup of Nations in 2012 with 80% of local players. Okay, but it takes a milestone, especially when it comes to World Cup. This is why when you came, Pastor, together with Ma, we came to football house. I am in charge of youth football development. And I said, I hinted actually to my technical director, Raisonzo, to say, how I wish we can have 2 or 3 clubs with this type of vision. In the first place, wanting to connect these players outside. Zambia is so talented.
Extremely.
Zambia is so blessed with so much talent. But you know what we like? The exposure.
Exposure, yeah.
So, when you were explaining with Mom, together with my colleagues at Football House, in that meeting, and I was like, why not supporting this particular move, this particular vision? Because your focus is to see the boy coming to play for the national team.
Absolutely.
We talked about callings. Well, been foreign callings actually. FAS may not be there, but what is important is that clubs like Camnet Stars, they are able to help. We have a new coach, by the way. Avran Grant. It will depend on the clubs for us to have a very solidified national team. Chan is starting on the 13th. We could have been
13th of
January. Chan is the tournament that exposes local talent.
Really?
We never used to know about the Givens. We used to know Givens after Chan. By now, we would have been prepared in his drums, his drums, and so on. But Zambia is not going.
Yeah.
There is someone who said, why is it that, one, club level, we are not performing? Why is it that we do not have players to qualify to the AFCON? We have missed AFCON for 3 consecutive years.
Really?
Tournaments. 3. God forbid, if we'll be able to miss this one, Pastor, I know you will not forgive everyone. So,
no.
if clubs like Camnet Stars, 2 or 3, let me say 2 or 3 or 4, 5 of them have international connections. The exposure there, you go to the World Cup, sorry, you go to the World Cup, I'm not beating my colleagues from Western Province like in Petauke. But that's a different stage, Pastor.
I know.
You got the, but look, you send those boys to Romania, and please, congratulations for these connections.
Amen.
And send this message to Mom, because I know she's part of your vision and the entire cabinet, and even those that are supporting. This is the reason why we want Step to support you, come through and be able to support your vision. Pastor is it to make sure that the message is out there. Why? Because it's not about cabinet to win.
No.
It's not about the national team.
National team.
Tomorrow we are going to have those boys playing in Romania. I've told you about Kabika. Mavika, who is supposed to come to play for Zambia. He's playing for Miami, that team which is coached by David Beckham.
Really?
In Miami, very good defender. Pastor is aware, he is aware. And if we have those boys, by the time, I don't know how old they are, but I can tell you,
they are pretty young.
Under 17 has qualified to the Africa Cup of Nations. Under 20 has qualified to Africa Cup of Nations. To which will be in Egypt. We have under 23 who will be playing Egypt to qualify for Africa Cup of Nations 2023. We also have the senior team in place. Now, if you have those boys playing exposed in Romania, those are footballing nations. The exposure is fantastic. You can check the rankings far from what we can see. I'm not belittling Africa. Yes, we can expose someone in Africa. But our friends, this is where when it is World Cup, Pastor, they always go for those boys who are already exposed out there.
Absolutely. What you are saying, Ms. Anjima, Reverend, if you saw this World Cup, which has just finished, as he alluded to Morocco, of all the players, including those who were on the bench, only one plays local football in Morocco.
And he was not even used that much.
He was not used?
No.
The rest of the boys?
6. They went to France when they were young. 6.
Oh.
And they're playing for big teams. Okay? Akim, who is one of the best players there, number 2 jersey, he plays for PSG. He went to Spain when he was young.
This is what I'm saying.
The nurse who lifted that trophy, he went to Barcelona when he was at 12 years.
Can you imagine? So, what I'm saying, Mr. Piri, your works are not in vain. Look, now there is this window where we have to transfer players.
Yep.
During this time, I've put the advert on Camnet TV, those who are good players, and I need you to help me.
Yes.
I've told Reverend Makembo, he knows.
Okay.
All the good players in Zambia that can make it. My wife and I are just there. We want to open the doors. Look at this. We have 5 going to Romania on the 9th. Okay? 9th of January. I don't have the tickets for them. But one businessman listened and said, Pastor, you are sending the boys, I'll buy 1 ticket. And he called his friend. His friend also said, I'm also buying 1 ticket. Which means 2 boys, the tickets are secured.
Already secured. Okay.
These 3, they are not yet secured. When they go there, it's not about Camnet. In April, Reverend Makembo, we are sending 5 to Germany. And then in May, we are sending, in April, we are sending 5 to Germany. In May, we are sending 5 to Spain. And there is also Italy. They want 5. I mean, the doors have just opened up like this. If I had the money, 1 million in the account, Ms. Amchima, you would just hear 5 have gone, 5 have gone. But the best I can do is bring these boys, come and play for Camnet Stars.
Yes.
Let me register your name outside there.
Yes.
And in September, by the way, my wife and I are paying for 2 FIFA agents. Okay. They are coming to Zambia to see Camnet boys, and they will visit other clubs. I'll bring them to FAS.
Okay.
All I've just said is, please help our nation. There is no way, Reverend Makembo, we can miss Africa Cup 3 times. In your time, would that have happened?
Vile Venecia. Vile Venecia now, with your coming on board.
Yeah.
When we sit in FAN's AGM,
Yes.
with him, I'm the life member in the Football Association of Zambia. So when we sit in FAN's AGM, that is the talk which has been there.
Absolutely.
And for you once again to bring this man here, it's a plus to me. I know what he's capable of doing. He just sleeps in football. He just talks of football. He just talks of administration. If I say, who are you bringing on the panel, Pastor? The one you want me to share the panels. If you give me another one, I will say, no, that one is I won't be there. But him, as he has introduced himself, that is what he is. He is in charge of that. And we'll be seeing much more through what you have said to him. The connections that Faz has through him. We'll see. 3 tickets, that's nothing. That's nothing. It may come from Faz, it may come from him, it may come from the contacts that he has. That is nothing on our soil. And my nothing is that I've got the confidence myself to say, by the end of this weekend, Mr. Perry, the 3 tickets that is talking about, God will move. He has got waves. And the waves will touch his men to move around. Amen. That is what we need in society today,
Exactly.
to export more players. This is why we normally get a problem to explain to people why are we failing as senior men's team to go to the World Cup. These are the part of the problems that we are not exposing our players to go beyond
international soccer.
Recently, we unveiled our senior coach, and the media, you the media people, you asked the first president to say, why are you not believing in your own coaches? He answered, one, to say, they don't have what we want. They don't have the pro license. Now, if I look at the whole coaching list...
who said they don't have the pro license?
Fans. Our coaches, they don't have that license which can allow them to be on that technical bench. So now, an area that you have brought in, you are trying to help fans by empowering these local players to go and get the expertise where they are supposed to get. Upon doing that, we will see more of these our players getting those experience which we want them to gain. And in fact, even there, even go further to pave way, because I've read those teams you are talking about. Those are powerful nations.
Very powerful.
They are able even to take a to gain more experience in the coaching sector.
Absolutely.
And Zambia today will be able to compete with these professional coaches, expatriate coaches, which you want through Camnet, because of your connection. It is not of you. It is of what the nation wants. So God only speaks in a certain individual to say, I'll put you in front. And when he puts you in front, he bruises. He attaches whoever he wants to attach with you. Those who are capable of talking like the way I'm talking. Me, I'm a talker. When I talk and when I dance in my chimama dance, my colleagues I'm busy moving with my wave with the other side. So this ticket issue to our listeners, and we need you. To the corporate people. He has the corporate life. He has it. Mr. Piri.
Mr. Piri, you are hearing.
Yes. He has it. I know it. That's why I dragged him. I know what it is.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
My belief is this. Once you invest, like you are investing in those boys, they will never forget you. I will tell you a story, Ms. Sanchiba. The boy we sent to South Africa.
Yes.
Dr. Francis Mouse, who is a pastor in America, he said, Pastor, I see these boys, Camnet Stars, you are doing well. Can I watch them? I said, oh, we have a tournament actually. They are playing on Saturday. So he says, I'm coming. And he came a little bit late, towards half time. When he came, he sees how the boys are moving and everything. I was showing him the facilities and the grounds at Kablonga Boys, what we are doing, the money we are investing to clean up that place. Then we find one boy seated under the tree. I said, you see this boy? Prolific striker. He was supposed to be in South Africa the day before yesterday. The bus left him.
Wow.
And they want him for trials on Monday. And he's here. So he says, Reverend, how is he going? I said, we are trusting to put him on Shalom bus on Tuesday. He will arrive on Wednesday and go for training. But they wanted him on Monday. Dr. Francis Mao says, wait a minute, Pastor. When is the boy supposed to go? Tomorrow is Sunday. And he gets the phone. He says, let me buy him a ticket.
Wow.
I'll buy him a ticket now.
Okay.
And the boy should be on the plane tomorrow. Just on the phone, he buys the ticket and he sends to the boy. He sends to me, to my wife, and he says, young man, I wish you God's best. You know that boy loves God? He's always praying for Dr. Maus, that without him, he would not be where he is. So it is such things, Mr. Pire, which is also adding joy to my career as a pastor.
Yes, sir.
To know that Zambia has a talent.
Yes.
Right now, we've sent the adverts. In fact, Mr. Director, please prepare it for me. We are doing an advert. And you, Kufaz, help me to clear these boys. When I bring their names, clear them for me. By the grace of God, the next windows which I've said, and many more, in South Africa we have plenty actually.
Okay.
We want to send these boys.
Please.
Let's send them. When I heard the documentary that Brazil is the only country on earth which has over 3,800 players registered with FIFA, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And how many do we have in Zambia?
We have a lot.
So you think Brazil is short of talent even though Bavafumishe World Cup?
This is why a pastor, if I can be the moderator for 1 minute, why are we not going to the World Cup?
The quality of players.
Yeah. And we have not done much on investment.
Financial investment, yeah.
Yes. I have visited your ground there and what you are trying to invest. This is my appeal to everyone. As Football Association of Zambia, you know my president, Andrew Kamanga, his core is not about pride. It's about investing first. That is his core. Business. This is why you find that the person that we wanted to work on is to decentralize the operations. Today, you go to all the 10 provinces that have got their own administration, identifying the talent and investing. He has been providing jerseys and other kits and grants to this. And then other people say, Kamanga has failed because you have failed to go to Africa population for 3 times. Come on, pastor. You want your child to get a job anywhere in government when you have not sent or supported the child to go to university or any college. Then you are saying, I want you, my son, to give me the money. You are even seated here clapping. Bring the money. Even this African pastor, I know you are so passionate about this because my pastor here drinks football. He eats football. Yes, that's him. That's why you find him all over with his brass band. If Zambia had qualified to the CHAN, by now would have been on his way God.
I know, he has been everywhere.
This, our coach, Grant, if we are not working on investment, sorry to say this, he may fail to take us. This is why well-wishers, the world, the corporate world, football is now science. Teams like that, Football Association of Zambia identified teams. They started from the grassroots for one information. From the grassroots. Because of decentralization process that my president Andrew Kamanga and my chairman Mr. Mariti brought to say, what you work on, Chima, make sure that we have these zonal games. You called me pastor.
Yes,
Okay, Pastor, start from this.
we were in the zone 2 of Lusaka province.
You would go there. You would go there, and sometimes you'd even pay, assist other logistics for other teams.
Yes.
You would just let me help. And I said, sure, first, can we support such a project? I know he's known as a man on the pulpit. But through him and mom, God took them into a different dimension.
Absolutely.
Because I looked at two things that they were looking at. One, looking at player path development and their successes.
Absolutely.
Those boys, and even the boys, yes, you are communicating with him, but you are benefiting more. You benefit more from him. It's about his life. And when you help one life, even angels, I'm not a pastor, in heaven they celebrate.
Absolutely.
This is your core value as Cabinet Stars and mom. That's your core value. Is to make sure that you help. I know how much you even give in. I know. Because I've interrogated some of the boys there.
Absolutely.
In your level, the boys they say, well, we never know what Pedro something, they have helped us, they have cooked this and this. Ask him, he had it him. If you do that, you will tell me that you even give winning bonuses.
Yeah, most definitely. It's an encouraging incentive.
That the cabinet is doing. It takes a heart to go and source for players to go and try there, like in Romania. You are sourcing for their tickets. The guy in South Africa, you call pastor to say, Pastor, this boy is supposed to go there. If I can even say, Pastor, send us this money, then we eat and you buy your fire. We know this politician are busy buying expensive cars. But you call value to fast. We looked at it. I was briefing actually my chairman, Mr. Mari Jordan, for Lusaka province, and the president. I said, sir, youth development football, if you can support and other well-wishers to come to support teams like Cabinet Stars, they have got a dream of working with the national team. When they take a player to Spain, they take a player to Romania, who's going to benefit more?
It's the nation.
The national team will benefit more.
The nation.
And you'll be saying, we've got a star there, but through what? Cabinet Stars. This is why I agree with him. I think even government and everybody, those three boys, maybe would have even said 10 past, not 10 past.
If we had the money, Mr. Piri,
yes.
If we had the money, I wish my wife was on set. Whenever I'm talking to these FIFA agents, my phone is on loudspeaker.
Okay.
Because she's the financial director, she has to know it's costly. But if we had the money, I can guarantee you, I can pick up the phone here to say, give me another 5 or 10 slots in France. They'll open the door. But I don't want to bite more than I can chew.
Yes, it's true.
This is why I'm saying, Mr. Nshima, let me just invite the boys who can play soccer in Zambia. If they know they have the international standards, whatever it takes, let them to come to Cabinet. Because we are capable. Right now, if Division 4 wins every tournament from the pocket, my wife and I will give you every player 100 kwacha.
Okay.
And the Division 2, when they win, we give them 200 kwacha. And I said to them, it's not the money. I wish we can give them more.
Yes.
But it's the path.
Building their life.
What they will get 1 year, 2 years from now, what is 200 kwacha, Mr. Piri?
It's nothing. It's nothing. No, Pastor, it's very encouraging, as on my side, you know, even to the short notice that you were given by our football guru here. When he told me that you're on your way, I was literally sweating, like, is he truly going to make it? I was asking him 5 times. I posed this question to him. He said, just wait. He's very committed where football is concerned. You know, and those pronouncements you made on the day of the final there, you know, it ignited a zeal in the youths, you know, and I can only urge that you don't really concentrate on the Christian corporate world, you know, tap in also in the Islamic world, you know. I know even Saudi Arabian embassy there, they have a deliberate policy where football is concerned there. I know many companies like Trade Kings. Those are people that you knock on their doors and they'll really accommodate you where football matters are concerned. You know, there are so many companies who share notes with you, and I'm also available to guide you on who to see and who not to see. You know, because personally, it was a calling to say, on my level, I needed to organize more of such tournaments so that you could come in and witness the talent by yourself. And also, like our father's official brother here earlier on lamented, we in the communities, you know, would want to see more of fans, not just letting the communal committees to spearhead the running of football in these constituencies or the local scene. Would like to see him coming to witness the tournaments.
This is what I'm saying,
yes.
Mr. Piri, because Mr. Nchima, you are restricting yourselves to Division 1 and the Premier League. That's where you are picking the... But I'll invite you when the tournament starts.
Yes.
You come and see the under-17 boys. My goodness. You talk about Neymar and Messi. The boys have come there 16 years,
Yes.
17 years. Kamo kalimu mu grade 9 Reverend Makembo. Grade 9 boy, but let him put on the jersey. You wouldn't think this boy is in grade 9. And I'm saying, why does FAS want to just look at Division 1? Why can't they come? The
grassroots.
Grassroots.
No? The grassroots,
like
where
president
football is coming from.
At least that's what he was even saying, Mr. Chief. That's why there is the Lusaka Province organization that have now gone into provincial sectors. In this case, Lusaka Province, where it belongs, those are their lines. And those lines now, I'm very, very happy that you have opened those lines through the Lusaka Province Association.
Yes.
And with what he has, for sure, the corporate, they're in him.
Yeah, the passion is there.
The passion is there.
Yes.
The corporate entities, he knows them.
Yes.
He knows where they are. This is why I said, Akoka 3 ticket. That is nothing.
Amen.
Because I know what you are capable of doing through the association.
Yes.
And through the association, those my brother, those opening doors which are there, don't close them. If it at 20, 30, let them just flow. Let them flow, because that is your area. Open doors, let them flow. The rest will handle it. Zambia will handle it. You see when I dance, when I'm dancing there, some other clients, they cannot go there and dance, because it's not in them. They'll still be saying, but now with me, when it's just there, it's fire. Whoever watches me, I don't mind. I'm a healer. That is my area of healing. I'm the motivator. When I'm not moving there, they'll say, but not because the pastor is not doing what we know him doing. So equally with that one, just allow those openings.
Yes.
Let us have more. We will stay as Zambia. I know it myself. When we won the Africa Cup in 2012 in Gabon.
And you were there,
I was there.
dancing, I saw that.
Yes. And for me, all what I need, my role is to dance. Those who get excited, it's them on the other side. I have to make them dance. When I'm dancing, when I'm floating on the other side, they also follow me to say, oh, I'm So in those areas, when you bring those slots, the country will know where to find what it means for those slots to come here.
Absolutely.
We have got a lot of hands here, fans that are here. we have mingled with them, and I know what they're capable of doing through soccer. And one of the administrators also is here. You heard him talking of the Muslim. He has got the connections. That's what he has said here. So we need more of those openings, those to come.
By the way, Reverend, you see, soccer is not about which religion.
Yes.
That's
Soccer is national. You don't allow only Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists to sing national anthem. National anthem is not political.
No.
National anthem is not religion. National anthem. And this is what we are talking about.
Exactly, Pastor.
It's about the nation.
Yes.
Because when we produce quality and caliber players, Mr. Nchima, 15 are coming from Europe for Africa Cup. You see that stadium full of Muslims,
Yes.
full of Hindus,
Yes.
singing the national song. And this is what we want to do.
And that has been my cry, because when I'm floating in my dancing there, I want everyone to start moving into that unity form. Yes, here we are. Even my sister, when she's watching, she will know to say, "Aoga Pastamo."
Like we saw in Gabon. You never stopped that. Yeah. So now, Mr. Nchima,
Yes.
I want to ask a question, which you should take to Faz and Lukamangai, which is watching here. Does Faz, like Reverend Makembo said, have you got a policy, deliberate policy to say, okay, this one is helping that one for our good? Do you have a policy of financing or helping people to get their dreams outside?
Yeah, in the first place, I said the core business, or what my president Andrew Kamanga cherishes more is football development. Number one. When I was vying for Saka Youth representative position, he said, "Young man, I know you're passionate about developing football. I want you to be part of this system." FAS has always supported such initiatives like yours. This is why I'm not FAS spokesperson. I'm one of the EXCO members. I can assure you that FIFA is opening registration on the 31st. 31st is this Saturday. 24 hours, 01, Sunday. Come, slot in. I know you've got hard working with the secretary registrar. Come in, then you facilitate the approval and registration of the boys. Where they're coming from, because that's a noble cause. Number one. Those are where they are, these and this will be able to say, we'll support this. Okay, number one. Number two, and I want viewers out there, those who would be able to help. They would think that Camnet, they play a Chimpombo type of football. No. As far as they play registered football under FIFA. Okay? They are a registered club regulated by FIFA rules. Those players we are talking about, they have got cards. So they don't play Chimpombo type of football.
No.
Where you just meet background, Bwelani mwe wakuchani wakupeta waka enough peta waka. So maybe sponsors would think that you are playing that type of football. It's Camnet plays registered football under FIFA regulations. This way I can assure you that on 1st January, the window transfer is very short, just 1 month. Because this is not the main one, it's just the window transfer. In case you are lacking some player, you need to beef up. The transfer window period is to make the players movement. And so what I've been here, and Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. He is waiting for 31st, even in England. When it is 1st January, then you just say, okay, can you trust me? I want to go to Saudi Arabia. I want to go to China. So those boys who have issues in terms of transfer, we've got a very hard-working team that deals with the registration. And as Lusaka province, because they are under our jurisdiction, we will not hesitate to clear that. Surely, Sure, even the Republican president or the sports minister, whoever is watching us now,
Absolutely.
why would someone fail to support such a project?
That's a
Andrew
noble cause.
Kamanga, my
That's
president,
a
failed to
noble
support that
cause.
project. So, to answer your question, we have that deliberate policy. This is why Andrew Kamanga came in the office. They always give grants. We do give grants. Okay, finance, in terms of money, grants are given to the clubs. Number two, there are jerseys, equipment that are given to such clubs. And the facilitation, actually, if for example, those are going to take part in those, we're able to facilitate in terms of other documents that are needed very quickly. Okay, very quickly. You would agree with all of us here. When the national team is traveling, Philadelphia, I know those protocols. You know what I'm talking about, Pastor.
So, may I ask this? One boy that the coaches had put on the list to travel to Romania has no passport, and I felt bad that he doesn't have a passport. So now we have just made it mandatory. You join the Cabinet Stars, make sure that you have a reg and a passport.
And the passport, yes.
If you want to play for us and with us, have a passport and the reg. The reason being, Mr. Chima, as my brother Piria said, if I had the money, I could have said, because this man, our FIFA agent, is saying there are players, there are clubs in Romania that need good players now, as we speak.
Okay.
He said, can you send at least 5? That's what he said, at least 5. Because I told him I have no money. Now, if we can have those boys, do you also provide, can you help us to get their passports as fast?
Of the set, we'll talk, but I can tell you this. I said earlier on, this is when you came to the office with Mom, okay, we actually bought into your idea. And I said, surely, can we afford to support such a project? Not at all. There are such facilitations. When FARS make some recommendations, the recommendation letters and so on, you not allow those to be in the queue to wait for such. One thing, because one, you are an affiliate. For example, you want to open an account with any bank. You just ask a football association to make recommendations because you are an affiliate. As we speak, Cabinet is an affiliate to football association.
Absolutely.
And we will be able to facilitate that where when under 17 national team are traveling. You know, these children, I understand that young man, they are coming, these compounds. Even a birth certificate is difficult to get.
Absolutely.
Birth certificate. Birth record is something else. Where they put the, what we call under 5, is a challenge. It's a challenge. So now, where, sometimes I was telling my boss, I said, some of these things, there's what we call, you surpass certain protocols for the benefit of the nation. To benefit. There is no squabbles about it. There is no corruption about it. There is nothing about it. So, because when those boys, or when that boy goes to Romania, do you know what you'll be able to get? And by the way, prepare some flags. I know Pastor is good at that. To prepare some flags. Let each one of them go with the Zambian flag. There are all kinds of Zambian flag.
The big ones or the smaller ones?
Whatever it is. I was watching Patson Dak.
Patson Dak. I saw him with a flag.
Yes.
He got the
actually, when he came, I advised. Eli has been one of those taking those boys and so on. Said, when you are going there, your only identification is the nation.
National.
So those 5 boys, they are going there to represent not only Cabinet, not only FARS as a whole, but as a nation.
As a nation.
As a nation. This is why you go to the passport office, you say, these are going to this. Sure, someone start questioning, and so on. Yes, of course, the boy should qualify. Okay? The boy should have all the documents in place and so on. And they'll be able to do that. And from here, we'll be able to discuss that past and we'll be able to say, okay, fine, see this particular office, and you'll be able to be helped. Because it's nationally at stake.
Yes.
We want to go to the World Cup. You can't go to Agua. Sorry again, I'm not belittling people from Petauke. You won't go to the World Cup. I've given an example. Pastor knows.
Mr. Piri, yes, you should learn international.
So if you have a club like Camlet with international connections, with international connection, surely the corporate world, wherever you are watching us from, you have the personal fans. You are not outside fans. Are you operating outside fans? No. You are within fans. The president. Yes, because your team is an affiliate to Football Association. FIFA knows that there's community. FIFA knows. So you are going there to represent this country. The boys are going there to represent. They've got good program, Pastor. They explained to me together with Mom and with the team that I had at Football House. Even the one who is in charge of these transfers and so on, he was around. And they explained, I said, surely. But they have got fantastic ideas. When did you see the team being invited to go and play a tournament outside Africa? When, Pastor? Long time ago. We used to hear of Chiparamba, which used to produce good players, isn't it? Now, this community has those connections.
We were invited to go to the US.
As we went to Germany.
For October, a big tournament, including the Caribbean there.
Oh.
And it's still there next year.
Okay, sorry to chip in, Pastor. I think I might have chipped in an idea, a collective idea, that can help Camnet and Camnet stars as per se, to have them grow on their spaces for the windows of transfer for these boys to be exposed out there.
That's right.
When I'm just thinking now, you know, this is how the creator works, you know.
Bring it out.
I'm looking at the population of Zambia. I've seen people cry when Zambia loses in a tournament, you know. I've seen people stop eating because of football. You know, I've seen people's BP shoot because of football.
I buried 3 fans.
Yes.
Really? 3 fans?
3.
Yes. But what if I was to say there was a way we could secure the future of youths that are in the compounds, youths that are not in the league, you know, because you are coming in as a direct medium between the youths in the compound and the outside world. So to the viewers out there, if Camnet Stars had a bank account, in that bank account, it only takes 1 kwacha per individual in Zambia to donate a 1 kwacha. If 50,000 Zambians were to put up 1 kwacha as a coin per individual, how much money is that?
50,000.
That would bring a difference in 5 boys' lives, you know. So if we have, let's say, a Camnet account for progress of the communities, where you know we can either have these influential social media personalities, you know, come in and advertise the idea on their pages. I mean, Camnet won't be crowing, they won't be leaping.
Absolutely.
In trying to help motivate the future of Zambian football. You know, so if we as a nation, in the manner we would love to see our national team playing even in the World Cup one day and bringing the World Cup to Zambia, which I know it's possible.
Absolutely.
If all these youths were put to good use, and it only takes me, the sports guru here, and everyone in this nation. You know, yourself and Mom per se, you cannot manage. You know, but if we came together as a nation and entrusted you to say, okay, fine, you found a way to expose our boys. Let's come in with the 1 kwacha donations. It can be monthly, it can be weekly. It takes the heart of a person. Absolutely. Not to pretend to want to see good, and yet you're just seated there and you're doing nothing. You know? But if everyone had a genuine concern about the future of this country's football, They would come in when this idea is framed, when this idea is baked, when this idea comes into play. There's a bank account that can be shared. I mean, there are mobile monies, accounts that can be shared.
Absolutely.
So that we keep on donating the 1 kwatas. Every one of us on site here has a 1 kwacha that is in their houses doing nothing. It's just sitting in their shelves.
You're right.
But if we take that 5 kwacha and put, with the 1 kwachas, put them together, there will be greatness in the football of this nation.
Have you heard that idea?
That's a noble cause. And I second.
Thank you.
You know, even me, I didn't know to say Zambians, they're good at that, which we were just saying. When I was hospitalized, they visited me. People, they were donating 2 kwacha.
Yes.
10 kwacha, 1 kwacha.
Yes. And it amounted to something.
And by then, the hospital wanted almost 100,000.
100,000, yes.
And it was there.
Yes.
It was there. So what you are saying, the way God is talking to you now, that is what even those viewers who are listening to us, they are moving into those ideas, buying those ideas to say there is a way which is here, and this way move into it. But there are valleys, but we need to oil them. So that's why I said allow those slots to come in, as many as we will know.
Yes.
I will know where to knock. He will know where to knock.
Yes.
He knows where to knock.
Exactly.
Because that way, we don't need to let him alone.
No.
We need to push him to say,
No.
please go. Bring more slots.
Yes.
Bring more slots. He's not bringing the slots to Cabinet. He's bringing the slots to the nation.
To the nation at large.
And that nation is the one who, us who are talking here,
Yes.
to say, we need to build our nation. Let's not wait for fans to say, no, now I feel over here. No, who is failing now if you start talking like that? Bring an example yourself. Let people follow you. They will see it to say what you are doing, it's something which is worth to follow it.
Yes.
That's what we are. We are such kind of a people. We need to move, push. And that push which we are moving, for sure, we have more players. To my brother, bring more slots. They can't, I know my country myself. Bring more slots. Money will be found.
Money is there.
Money is there.
Money is there.
And it doesn't just come on itself. But with such kind of ideas, it comes. Mandegana choka 3 planes. We received them that side.
You went with 3 planes?
Planes started coming from here. I was already here. I was already drumming, supporting in Gabon. Planes started ferrying the funds. They joined us while we were there. Money is there. It's just sitting waiting to see where do you want me to move.
Yes.
So we have got this place. We have got this opening. You are crying, don't have much more players in the front.
The other thing I want to appeal through you, Ms. Samuchima, we have found one problem. I want to mention one team. When we went for playoffs, these provincial playoffs, I watched them at this Margaret Manakatwe grounds. Bowlen. I used to go there. And I saw some prolific players. I went there, spoke to the bench. Can you give me these boys? Let them come to Cabinet. They said, forward passer. I said, I'm interested in their skills. Trust me, before the year is over, they will be in Europe.
Wow.
When they heard that and everything, they demanded 7,000 per player from me.
Wow.
That give us 7,000 kwacha per player. 4 of the... I said, I don't have the money. But I can assure you, let me help the families of these boys.
Yes.
They refused. They took them to some other clubs in the Premier League, and that's where they went. The other challenge I've got, Ms. Sanchima, whenever I see a good player, and I say this one, like we went to Kanyama, I even addressed your boys, isn't it?
Yes, you did.
I said, boys, Cabinet Stars is open for you.
Yes.
It is your club. If you come, join there, and the coaches see you, you've got the talent like I've seen, We won't say no because this one is coming from Mr. Piri. If you have the talent, you are a national asset. We'll send you. The problem I'm having now in these lower divisions, whenever they hear clearance from cabinet, the money they're asking, and I say, keep your boys. Because here I am, I don't have the money. Look at this, Reverend Makembo. My wife has found a very big house. We accommodate 12 boys there. We've put DSTV there. They are helpless. They can't even afford 20 kwacha. We've put 12 boys there. Check their talent. Today they may look like destitutes. Tomorrow they will be the Mbesuma and Patson Daka of tomorrow. I don't look at the people where they are at. I look at them with prophetic eyes. We feed them from breakfast, lunch, and supper. Every Tuesday, right here in this church, we have a program. 9 o'clock, we begin devotions and prayers up to 12 o'clock. When we eat lunch together, my wife and I come to eat lunch with the players. When we eat the lunch, then they walk to the ground to practice. Those who don't have boots, I remember sitting here, I appealed to people to help us with boots. We have bought boots, you have seen the boys. Those who came playing with the canvas and whatever, we have bought them boots. So your idea, Mr. Piri, is very good. I only use it to Cabinet TV because I can tell you there are people who like Cabinet TV. Someone will just drive here and say, oh, give the pastor 500 for diesel, or give the pastor 1,000 for electricity. We have those people who just love Cabinet. But for soccer, like you have said, I have not shared to say, please help so that we can send these boys.
No, soccer, pastor, is part of everybody's bloodstream, you know. Even if you're a player, you're not a player, soccer has that driving fusion in every Zambian aspect.
But are you sending me your boys tomorrow?
The boys are definitely coming. I will definitely source for transport for them.
Because we start our training at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock.
Up to 11.
I'll definitely announce that in the group.
Please, so I need all those boys in the red jerseys.
Yes.
The blue jerseys.
There were even more that you've not seen.
Good boys I didn't see. Yes. Send them to come.
We are definitely sending them over. And it's very sad, you know. It's something that is not pleasing to have people in this age where we are as a nation, you know, to be blocking other youths because of personal interest or lacking of vision, as per se, in the future of the youths. You know, like you came that side, you know, you said Cabinet is not about me.
Absolutely.
Cabinet is about your future. You guys who are here. You know, with your talent, with what we are trying to achieve as Cabinet, you guys can represent the nation at the end of the day. So when you take off time from your busy schedule and you approach me as a normal human being, a Zambian that is responsible and is passionate about the growth of our nation, the growth of soccer in this nation, I think I must think 1,000 ways, you know, 1,000 times before even coming to have the courage to start demanding for a fee from you. I'm not normal in my head.
They are demanding.
No, I must be not normal in my head. And that is just greedy and jealousy, so to say.
Because they are mixing Cabinet TV with Cabinet Stars.
No.
So when they hear you are going to Cabinet Stars, they've got money. Others have demanded even 12,000.
No,
10,000.
That's what happened with that France player.
Yes, Mbappe, your father, you know.
Yeah. They demanded money.
And where is he today?
The father didn't have the money.
Absolutely. In Cameroon, eh?
Yes. Well, this is what we are doing, you know, this is what greedy and jealousy keeps on doing to us as Zambians. At the end of the day, we are the same people that will be in front of megaphones, you know, claiming Zambian football is not going anywhere. Like my brother from Faz has said, you know, no, Faz is not doing anything. When we are the people that are sitting on the talent that Faz needs to tap in to develop soccer, you know, it's very unfortunate to believe you me. I'm a very emotional person.
Mr. Nchima, why do some clubs charge the fees like that?
In the first place, Pastor, we tapped as far as we tapped into your ideas on one ground, and that's why people should feel, because we know that whatever is given to you is very safe. I remember speaking to Camlet Stars players to tell them that here you are very safe and you are very privileged. There are very few men of God, is my witness. There are very few men of God, especially in this country, Zambia. Let me say just in Africa, that have come through to come and get such projects as football. They think, that's why I agree with him, they think that you are just wasting your time and so on. And when you actually bring this idea together with Mom, and I said, surely, a company can trust you with so much money. The virtue of you being the man of God, the lives, even the children, even the parents out there, they know that where our children are, they're very safe.
Absolutely.
You just sharing that the children eat with Mom. Huh?
We eat with
It's great privilege for these children.
And even the players, they feed it.
They feed it. What message do you think Mom, when they're eating, communicates to them? I know you know this. These children, some of them, these children, these are dug-out, trained children.
some of them,
alcoholic and so on. But you bring them. When you are trying to bring out your objectives, one of them is to make sure that they are better children in society. Like
absolutely.
Said, football should be number 2 or number 3. One of those that has claimed lives. He said he divided about 3 or 4. Football pains.
No, it does. It does.
There is the first thing, maybe love, right? I don't know, you tell us, love, death. But football pains.
You know, when Brazil
If Arsenal loses me and Zambia loses, I feel sick.
When Brazil was knocked off, I didn't have something.
And football is a unifying factor. Football, apart from... I didn't know that you are supporting Brazil. And I know the reason why. And I don't know, I'll ask Mom when we are out.
I think it's about the slots. That's definitely
apart from the love of football. That's why football, they call it, is like spirit. Spiritual. Apart from it, when you go to London Stock Exchange of England, football is number 1 leading all the businesses.
Really?
Yes, people should now begin to know that football careers can give somebody. Some of us went to school, colleges and what and what. If I bring Messi, how much money do you have on Mr.
My goodness.
And you know, if you bring me, said your money from Senegal, do you know how many hospitals is building in Senegal?
Don't go there. What about our own Patson Daka? Is he not building?
He is building in
a
Kafue,
hospital?
yes. Because of one soul limb. May God bless him. Because of Camnet Pastor Chiruba, okay, helping that child to get that money, the children will be able to plow back to this
Absolutely.
country. This is why, as far as we tell them, especially if it's at the developmental stages, they are not yet professionals. Even in Zambia, yes, we have professionals, Division 1 and the Super League. But even there, let's look at opportunity. When I saw your ideas, I saw opportunities myself, and I even said, how I wish my girls and my boys. I even told my mom, start the girls, because I've got 2 children, 2 girls. And I know that they will be also sports lovers, soccer. How I wish to say you have also the girls, and I know where you're going, you also have the girls.
looked at opportunities to these boys. Pastor, I addressed the boys.
The Cabinet Stars, yes.
Yes, I addressed them. I've been in football for many years, and I can tell you where you see opportunities. Even Zambians, away from even football, Zambians don't want to see opportunities. The first thing they want to go for Tantami. That's the first thing.
Yeah, handouts.
Yeah.
But they are seeing opportunities. They know that there are a lot of employment being created and so on. And I warned the boys for Cabinet Stars. These positions or these positions that you have now, there will be other good players that you are. Here you are. You will bring in some players. Here you are. And they also, I know the players are also listening. Somebody called me from Kanchiri. I come from Kanchiri. Called me. Because Cabinet is hide-watched. Hide-watched. I know, brother, because I see my ideas and so on from that. How can I reach out that? Wow, send me my profiles. I'll connect you if you are such a super child. But the thing I don't want from your parents or your whatever club you're having now is for them to start demanding for something when this team is there for you as a ladder to go up there.
Yes. Absolutely.
So clubs, they need to realize that, especially in developmental football, even in this Super League football, they need to know that these clubs are there to provide the ladder for them to go up there. So why should we demand that? In fact, even with first, it's just that we may not really go to those clubs. Otherwise, those players are treated as amateurs in developmental. Amateurs opposite of professional. What it means is that professional, the one that you can now begin to say, okay, because Pastor Ndaka is getting so much, you know how much money he was signing? Over $25 million pounds. There you can demand for something, because that is professional football. Okay, but not where you are even singing the ladder, then you start asking for 7,000. That boy, you told me, Pastor, about that boy.
I told you, yeah.
And you know, for information, that the boy, I've been following his path. The boy is no longer even playing where he wanted to go. Because when you put manifest, even these cameramen around here in this studio, if they put the first money, I'm not saying money is not needed. If you put money, if you put manifest without interest, without passion, you fail. Interest comes first, then money will follow you.
I'm going to do this, Mr. Nchima, and the panel. I'm going to open the lines so that Zambian people can help us to think and deliberate. I appreciate your idea, Mr. Piri.
Thank you.
Next time we sit in this studio, there will be a Cabinet account separate so that people can help us.
Please.
Send as many boys as we can.
Please.
In South Africa, in America, it's even more open that we can, oh my goodness, the Lord has blessed us. I think it's time for Zambia. That's what I just said to my wife.
It is.
That it's, you know, Nigerians, they are so united.
Yeah,
a Nigerian would go to Romania, he will call 5 more. He will call 10 more. This is why we have, even the Cameroon.
Nigerian national team, sorry, Pastor, when they start with under 7 and under 20, most of the boys, even under 20, our under 20 pastor would agree with me, they have qualified to Africa Cup of Nations. That's where football starts from. And if you want to have a lot of players in your teams under 20, when you have a good under 20, Patson Daka, Mwepu, Fashion Sagara, where did they showcase their talent? When we went to the World Cup.
There is I work with you, Mr. Andy Faz. There's a team in Sweden. There's a big competition where scouts flock there. They've invited the Cabinet Stars, but it's under 16. Okay. Now, we don't have the under 16 boys.
You have them, Pastor.
We have them.
You have them in the compounds, yes.
Yeah, if we have plenty. If we can work together, Mr. Piri, I'll expose you.
Please.
We can send a team in Sweden by June.
Please, it's not even
the whole
about,
team. They will go and compete there.
I would be very happy.
In Sweden.
No, we also support, and we are very grateful to come next us.
Yes.
Through you and Mom, you've hosted some functions for us. We had some playoffs for Division 4 and so on. You hosted it free. You provided your own ground and so on. And you've continued to support the teams that come. Mr. Chima, they have supported us. We went there, they even helped us for us to reach that.
But you should just warn your referees, Mr. Chima. Even referees, they take advantage of us.
I was talking to Johnny Skaz, who just retired, that I'll be taking you to these referees when they're officiating. Let's go. We watch Kamneda playing. We were retiring is not to go and sit home, because he retired from international football.
Please do.
Yeah, we do that.
Are messing up with developmental soccer when it comes to this. My goodness. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
How are you, sir?
I'm very blessed by the pastor at Mount.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Frederick, calling you from Wansha.
Mr. who?
Frederick, Mr.
Well, Frederick.
In God.
Please go ahead and speak to the nation.
Now, so that I sometimes take possibility of the pastor, when the favorite pastor, and among the students.
Amen.
I'm going to bless you. Good evening, Samuel.
Good evening, Frederick.
Thank you so much. I just want to support the idea of that Mr. Pili.
Thank you.
Yes, I have my number. I expect that you contribute the right question.
Thank you.
Amen.
See, we are already having money.
The program and the continue.
Amen.
Yes, those who are saying 7,000 or for better about this.
Amen.
This is about to go.
Yes. Thank you.
Amen.
Doing this, some may start that one day, I'm assuring that the people that all shall will come.
Amen.
Good evening. I'm announcing and the step because we are going for greatness.
Amen.
Thank you so
Thank you so much. Have you heard
So we're already having money already.
Pick me when I just want to dance for that fight. Just come in the account. I'm just dancing for you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Mr. Frederick has to reach out also, share the idea with 20, 30 of his friends.
Yeah.
You know, such a way. And I would also want to bring out this idea. Maybe if there was a way you could have a politicians' competition on how they donate. Yes, yes, they are public servants. The rights of Mao Sampa, Honorable Mao Sampa, Muniri Zuru, Honorable Garinkombo. I know those people are very influential with charitable works. You know, so with such an idea, socialites like Mwizukanji, the Yomaps, they have a following which, if they were to advertise this idea, Pastor, you would send tens and millions of...
Don't say you will.
We will. That's the term, yes.
Why are you leaving yourself?
I was putting myself in that background where I'm leaving the general idea to the overseer that I know who have the time, who have a passion. You know, we invited so many people.
Absolutely.
To our tournament there.
I saw.
You know, equally I was supposed to be at the farm. I said, let the farm be, you know. Let the farm be. I need to be there with the pastor, you know. Because the passion you've shown me personally, you've shown to our fellow youths back home in Kanyama constituency. Not only in Kanyama constituency, but to all these other media platforms we shared your photos with. People were shocked. Pastor Chiruba coming in such a place, Kanyama constituency.
It's because of this good.
With them, they are looking at the setup of Kanyama. They are looking at it being a rainy season. You're exposing yourselves. You are being vulnerable to outbreaks of diseases.
No.
You know.
Tell them
Yes.
That pastor, you see, is a John Howard material. He's immune from all those. I grew up.
That's a good one.
Well, yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good thing, you know, the Creator has opened for us. We've already have a 5% bank account from Mr. Frederick.
I'm telling you.
May the good Lord accept from him, and may he also share the idea.
Maybe through Mr. Frederick, you continue, Mr. Perry.
Yes.
Let me appeal to all the Zambian parents who have boys for now. If they are 16, between 16 and 20, even if they are 22, 23, we are at a time when God has smiled on Camnet Stars.
Yes.
If they have any place where they can stay, please send them to Lusaka.
Yes.
Let them come 9 hours, between 9 hours and 11 hours. 11 hours they stop anyway. And you know, Mr. Nchima, the coaching bench we have of Chikwanda, few days Musonda, these are senior coaches. And I'm so grateful. He played the soccer with him. But let them come. And before the window closes, I would like to have a pool so that we don't struggle in April, in May, and June.
Yes.
And for the under 16, I'll work with you.
Please.
You have motivated me. If we can send this team to Sweden,
please,
we'll be so grateful. They asked me for the boys who are underage, and I don't have that team. Let me put this advert for our players, wherever you are watching us from. Then when we come, we'll open the text messages. There's a call? Okay, let's pick up the call, then the advert. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm right, actually.
Mr. Kasolo.
No. Hello?
Your name is?
Mr. Amos Mbali.
Amos Mbangu.
Mbali.
Mbali. Mr. Mbali, please continue your contributions to the nation from Livingstone.
Well, first of all, good evening, the pastor. Bakebo.
Good evening. Good evening.
Don't tell me it's a cat.
We seem to have lost him.
Hello? Who should we sue?
No.
Zamtel, MTN, or
there must be a Bemba chapel in the technical room. Who's praying with Who's praying with our time here?
Let's have the advert, Mr. Director. After that, please give us the text messages. Thank you.
Camnet Stars Football Club, popularly known as the local national team, is inviting all skillfully gifted, talented and creative soccer players from across Zambia. Ages between 16 and 20 must come, train and join the club. The category of these gifted footballers have the chance to go and market their talent in Europe and USA through Camnet Stars Football Club, a team formed with a vision to produce quality international players. Please do not miss this brief open opportunity given to you. Camnet Stars Football Club could be your gateway to your international soccer career. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Date 12th December 2022 to 21st January 2023. Time 09 hours to 11 hours. Your time to shine is now. Camnet Stars Football Club, popularly known as the local national team, is inviting all skillfully gifted, talented and creative soccer players from across Zambia. Ages between 16 and 20 must come, train and join the club. The category of these gifted footballers have the chance to go and market their talent in Europe and USA through Camnet Stars Football Club, a team formed with a vision to produce quality international players. Please do not miss this brief open opportunity given to you. Camnet Stars Football Club could be your gateway to your international soccer career. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Date 12th December 2022 to 21st January 2023. Time 09 hours to 11 hours. Your time to shine is now.
There you have it, dear Camnet TV viewers, especially parents. You never know what your boy can bring to this nation. There is a window, there is an opportunity, and Ms. Sanchima is there. The Football Association is there to help Camnet Stars, to register the boys, to make sure that we have all the papers. Who knows? Your child could be the next star on the plane. May God bless you. Mr. Director, please give us the text messages. Evening, Pastor Chiluba and the panel. I am Banda Timothy from Matero, having a 22-year-old now, and is a good player. Can I come with him for trials, please? Advice, I'm watching the program. Please bring that boy tomorrow at 9 hours. Come to Kablonga Secondary School. There is room for him. Let him come and train, and the coaches are going through the process. Good evening, Pastor and the panelists. People like Mr. Piri should be supported, even financially. They shouldn't just concentrate on empowerments, some of which just drain resources. Let's support people with a passion. This is John in Chinsali. You see, you've got support from Chinsali. Petauke hasn't known you. Luango hasn't.
No, it's a very encouraging factor to see the Chinsali boys coming in.
Reverend,
that man.
have you heard that man with an independent mind that even people like Mr. Piri, they need to be supported?
He has heard because he talked of 98
players.
98
teams that he mobilized.
So one team, maybe it takes 25 or 30 times that. And those are family people.
Oh, Jehovah.
So there is a lot. And those awards which were given, there is a lot. That's why he has gone to that area. That's why I'm partnering him up to say, come on board, Camnet needs you. There is an account which has been opened.
Amen. With 5 kwacha.
5 kwacha.
5 kwacha, yes.
Mr. Shadrach from Luansha.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
So for Mr. Shadrach, maybe he has 50 people who can give 5 kwacha, 10
Absolutely.
kwachas. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, look.
Absolutely.
That can bring change in somebody's life that has never expected even
And by the way, you wait first when they say they have got grant.
Yes.
They'll come back.
They'll come by also.
Absolutely.
We
Give us some text messages. Those of you that can call, please call, and let's interact together. Watching from Camp House and enjoying the program. Thank you so much, Daddy and Mom. This is Geoffrey Sawyer from the Camp House. Yes, my boy. Greet your friends. You guys were born for greatness, no doubt. This is from our Camp House.
And you see what God does.
Yeah.
God just provided the accommodation for them. God just provided food for them. And for mom to go and sit with those children there, it means a lot.
Yes,
others, they may not have the mother. So when they see her, they see the actual mother.
No,
and that comfortness of mothership.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. They come here to eat at church. So we have the boys every Tuesday, those who have been selected. We eat together, all of them. My wife, myself. It's just a blessing. She's a lovely mother, providing and meeting their needs. We are so grateful. Geoffrey, thank you so much. Any more text, Mr. Director, while we are waiting for the phone calls? No text. Mr. Piri, pick it up. You said that we need to come up with the ideas of going through the compounds.
Yes.
This is Lusaka. What about the boys in Luansha, where Frederick comes from, Frida?
Yes.
How do we tap the talent from there? Any idea how? Because Camnet will be there to showcase this.
Yes.
Any idea?
I think we can start by asking the provincial to help us with the names of the clubs they have in all these provinces. You know, from there we can have those provinces. I mean, those teams or clubs in the certain provinces, as per se, inform them. You know, running adverts also on TV. Not everybody is groomed to TV. Not everyone is groomed to radio, but everyone is groomed to social media.
Absolutely.
Social media now is a communication podium that has even the youngest of a child that can be able to inform the elder brother to say there is such a program that is going on in such a place, and it all takes the people with the numbers. You know, if truly they had the heart of Zambia in their hearts, they would not wait for Camnets to reach out to them. They will start, the Maktus, you know, the Sheffies, all these musicians we have. They would pitch in and they will start sharing that ideology on their pages, you know. And that will be known by everyone in all corners of Zambia. You know, also, if let's say Camnet wants to go to Ruapula where Mr. Frederick is, I personally, I can even...
Mr. Frederick is in Luansha, but let's talk about Ruapula. There is also talent.
Yes, talent is in all the corners of Zambia. I don't know, it's just that Zambia has the legs for football, you know? It all goes back to having people that have a heart to see the sport grow. It all goes back to having people that have a mindset of positivity.
Let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm calling from Mundola.
From Mundola. What's your name? Mulenga Jeff.
Yes, Mr. James.
Okay, James.
Yes.
Please go ahead, Mr. Mulenga, and speak to the nation. Hello?
Good evening, Dr. Mr. Please, and the other gentlemen from France.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you so much. I would like to contribute over the citizens of Zambia. I think I'm still in terms of the system in the lower area. We have not taken into consideration that the players who come home are in the lower area. So if we can try by all these things, try not from the now we have neglected the people in the lower area because these people have Pakistan. Look at the scenario where they stay and where they live and the social is there. People want to be just where they stay, the national state. But at the time that we need to elevate some of the people, because these people in charge, they are not people trying to go in that way. So the high time when we have to be a school competition where we need to get the care. But this time around, we are just getting to our strategy and other areas that we exist for another stuff. We have neglected this area. These people, they can fight for us. Even though we want to send the system that they are playing.
I hope it's not cut. But have you heard the Reverend?
Yes.
Mr. Mulenga's passion is for the people in the rural
areas,
well.
yes.
Exactly. I'm not answering on behalf of FAS. Earlier on, I'd said when we go at our haste meetings in the FAS AGM, that's where we get all our meetings in. FAS, they have moved in their division of operations. They have gone provincial. So Lusaka has got also rural area. That is the role of Mr. Chima here. Eastern has got also such kind of an area. So they have given those powers to provincial selecting teams to reach out to their area. within that area, they will be able to come up. And I'm sure maybe in future we may see some competitions of all the provinces to round up the players to be at a central place, at one central place, and do their competition. That has been there. But the man who is in charge also for Lusaka province will say it. But I've just said that because I'm the life member. My position, I'm above. So that life membership, it's a very big position in FAS. That's why I've answered that one to say I'll be in attendance in the meetings. This is why we have got now an association like Lusaka Province Football Association, which is handling that one away from the main body, sitting body. But that person is here. I'm sure you add one or two on what I've said on that way. It's a very, very cardinal point.
Absolutely. Mr. Anchiba.
Yeah, it's a cardinal point from Vice James.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would wish that because this is our second year in this decentralization policy. It's the second year. Okay. I would wish we started this policy sometime it's under now in the constitution, where administration of administering football starts from what is saying in the province and districts out there. Previously, you would find that football, even picking of the players, I agree with him. It was mainly along the line of level. Okay, even up to now, some they still cry to say, why is it that you won't get players from Lusaka and Copperbelt? Okay, don't you think that we have got also players in Shamusekeni, players in Shangombo, and so on? This is why my president thought it wise to say, let's sit down as EXCO members. What should we do to decentralize the operations? Okay, like he's saying, in Eastern Province, there's a committee there, there's an EXCO there, where they go down and look at talent tapping. And there's a directive from the main general secretary at Football House, Mr. Kashara. The directive is that all the provinces should have the leagues, youth leagues. These leagues now, they start from, they have actually instructed us to have the leagues up to under 13. But the president wants even to say, Mr. Chima, because I also sit in the national subcommittee of youth development, says you can even go up to under 6. We have imagined all the youth leagues under 13, under 15, and when we are having national team selection, we'll go to such leagues to say, can you give us the cream of your boys, of your girls from the province, let's say Wapula, okay, and submit. Right now, as we speak, the under 17 that was in Malawi, that team under 17 boys and girls, most of them, the trials were conducted. The technical director's office went into these provinces and conducted the trials through these centers that have been established.
But you didn't come to Camnet.
Camnet is such a unique, which is why, that's why Lusaka province, when I shared with my chairman Mariti, Lusaka province brought into the idea of Camnet because it was a bit unique, okay, on two conditions, because Camnet is not just looking at Kabronga area, or Karikiriki area, or Kanyama area. The focus of Camnet is also international.
Yes, absolutely.
This is why they will be treated like in that level. I like the slogan. It's local national team.
Camnet Stars?
Yes.
The local national team.
The local national team.
Because 4 reverend are on the bus tomorrow morning. 4 boys from Kauma. They are coming.
There was one boy when I met came from Choma, somewhere there.
We have some from Choma.
That's why I agree with your name. I agree with your name, the local national team. So this is why Camnet should be treated in that way. Yes, clubs, he knows those clubs is running and so on. They're all over. But we looked at Camnet is trying to expose this. Therefore, this connection, support this. So why are we not going to support them? We should support them. And how do we support them? In the first place, let them be registered. And we provided that platform. Like we said, they are a
registered us, yes.
A registered entity. Okay? And I think you even did ask to say the issues of part and so on, like what he's trying to advocate for, which is right. So, Mr. James, in short, FAS may not be everywhere, but the bottom line is FAS to be everywhere. But clubs like Camnet will help FAS to bring that talent.
On top of that,
From
I would disturb you a bit, my brother from FAS. I would want to call him my brother from FAS. Because, you know, these Benga chaps, you don't call them by their names. What my brother is saying here, our brother is concerned. If he listened to the advert that was playing, it is not a regional advert.
No.
It is an open advert that is representing the interest of Mother Zambia.
Absolutely.
Inviting anybody who can have somewhere to stay to come, to travel to Lusaka. You know, a 450 kwacha can be raised amongst the family. They send their boy near maybe Nimutendere, Karingaringa, to their relatives. Where this boy can walk to Kabronga boys. And that can be a lifetime changing effort.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a good thing now that Camnet is coming in as an agent representing FAS. Because Camnet is registered with FAS.
Absolutely.
So any ideology, any activity based on the football fraternity that Camnet may have has the interest of FAS.
Absolutely.
I'm now trying to be an agent of FAS now.
Absolutely.
Because of my brother.
It's good to the life member is here.
Yes.
And others are listening. You know, the latest we appealed to you was that can we televise Camnet Stars?
The paperworks are underway.
We have applied, and as God helps us to secure the cameras, when next we come to Kanyama, like that one,
yes, sir,
we'll push it through to the nation and overseas. That is our next stage now. We want to be broadcasting the teams like yours, Camnet. The whole world will be seeing that.
Let's please.
You see, FAS at Football House there, there are no pitches. There are no players there. That's administration. The players are, this is why we are supporting ideas, that of the Camnet one and the ideas out there. Morocco, that you are present to reach the semi-finals for the first time, an African team reaching the first time. That's the record broken by Morocco. For the first time. The investment did is the Camnet is idea. They go country because God has given you that privilege. God has given Mr. Peter and so on to go out there where Mr. Mlenga is calling from, to go there and collect these boys. This is why, Pastor, the focus we're seeing, I think, the flat. Geoffrey from the witness.
Geoffrey Sawyer from the camp house.
From the camp house. Is part of that. I'm sure for him to be in camp house, he has no accommodation. This is why we are saying, actually, in that advert, that she even says, now put another advert to say, Camnet is looking for well-wishers to construct a flat.
Absolutely.
To accommodate, to give space. Morocco could get, Morocco, there are a lot of remote areas.
Let's pick up this call, Mr. Chima. We'll come back. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
What's
good evening to all the people, the panel.
Good evening.
What's your name, sir, and where are you calling us from?
This is the Lungu calling from Mafinga.
From?
Mafinga.
Mafinga.
Yeah, that's Muchinga province.
Please go ahead, Mr. Lungu.
Yes. Thank you very much for the good program and the good initiatives which have been taken up by the people. And I'm glad I'm hearing that people start expanding their programs now, moving out of Lusaka, reaching places as far as Mafinga. Because even here we have got talent. There are small boys who can play football, but someone to get them and then nurture them. That is where the problem is. Then the other thing that I wanted to find out, is there anything that you are doing to the boys in case of eventualities so that they have got a survival skill? Do we have such delivery programs as we are training with them and as we are trying to promote them in terms of soccer?
Thank you so much. From CAMNET point of view, I'll answer that, Mr. Longo. We have put in place the boys who didn't finish school. We are helping them so that they get back into school, because we are seeing that tomorrow they will be interviewed in France. And we don't want them to speak Bemba or West Stew, Nyanja, in France. So CAMNET is putting those measures. There's just one boy also who asked me on that. I've looked for the teacher, as a matter of fact, a professor, excuse me, who is going to help that boy excel up. So we are looking holistically. And my desire and prayer, this is why we are also teaching them the word of God from morals point of view.
Yes. Because
soccer, you can't play it more than 10, 20 years. If you are fortunate like Messi, you will. But we are looking at if he injured himself or something happened, what next? So CAMNET is putting things into place, some of which I won't share here, but I can tell you we are putting some measures in place. Should the boys go to Sweden, go to France, what? We've got projects here where we have told them, you are going to invest back here in Zambia, here's your business, let it run. By the time they retire, these boys will be millionaires. So I'm not just looking at soccer. From CAMNET point of view, we are looking also the academics and also their future.
So if they are millionaires, the nation benefits.
Absolutely.
You know, that those are resources being brought back to our country.
And once you become so rich, there is nothing like proceeds of crime.
No. There is no investigation from the investigation wings.
Looking at the age, I saw that advert. Between 16 and 20. And maybe you can even come down. These are, most of them are school-going children, in most cases. Where a parent would maybe be like, okay, the schools are opening, so because parents want to secure also the life of the children in terms of academic. I like the point you said, you are doing this holistically, meaning that spiritually you are in it, mentally you are in it, and talented. But two things that came out from him, from
Mr. Longo.
Mr. Longo, is talking about one, talent identification. There are no people to identify talent, which CAMNET is trying to do. Because it's difficult to identify talent. You may identify somebody, but at the same time, nurturing or promoting it.
Yes.
Which is something going well with CAMNET, where you identify a talent, and people out there, like Mr. P, will be able to identify through that tournament. I'm sure he says, this is a good player. So who should promote it? Look, life of somebody, when you see Mr. Chima, there are hands attached on this Mr. Chima. To reach where he is.
Amen.
Yeah, there are lives attached. You see him in football, he has carried me on his shoulder to China woman to go and watch football some years back. In football. That's Pastor E. It has some paying for all your bills and your accommodation. So there are so many hands attached in someone's success. So talent identification, which CAMNET is doing, which should be supported. And when you identify them, where do you keep them? This is why my call and my plea to well-wishers and so on is to help you and mom to have flats. I'm seeing flats where you have the flats.
You're seeing what?
I'm seeing flats. And then after that, sustainability. I know how, the headaches of food and other stuff should come in. You are also trying to bring out education. In short, that's what we're saying, education. The man who will be teaching the young man there, maybe he's rewriting, needs to be paid. And I'm sure where we are going, companies should have their own school.
Teachers.
Its own school. Not teachers, its own school.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you are connected to Kablonga Secondary School. And I'm sure you would be able to recommend any boy to go to Kablonga Secondary School. But what about that child who's below Kablonga Secondary School levels?
Who is in my finger?
Who is in my finger? And once the parents, believe you me, I've done most of these parents, they always say, where are you taking this child? There should be school. Like you said, football, you can be injured today. And you don't want people to be illiterate, continue being illiterate in football and so on. Yes, Football is another career, is another talent. God has given us over 250 talents. Football is one of them. But you should also increase in academics. Mentality should also grow. So we are seeing a situation where Camnet will also have its own school. Camnet should also be able to create a business. I can say Mr. P is business centered. Okay, and ideas like him throwing out those ideas. You say, okay, what do? We will have some recreation centers for you. As you play football, we are also supporting your families. So that's a fantastic idea from Mafinga there.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Chima, this morning when the boys came for trials, we missed the big boys. But we like watching them. Like tomorrow at 9 hours, there are some new players that have come. I'll be at the ground. You should come, Bishop. You see what is happening there, Mr. Piri.
Please.
But after seeing these little boys, we saw 3 boys. Trust me. When you see that boy, talent identification, that boy is in the class of Messi. The boy is like this. Let him hit the shot, you see. That big ball. And my wife and I, where we sat, I tell you, I said to the manager, go and get the forms and parental consent. We would like to also be part of the education of this boy.
Wow.
Yes.
These boys, we want to educate them and be part of their lives, because 6 years from now, the boy is 12, 6 years from now, he will be national team material.
Absolutely.
You haven't seen any talent. You see them like this, Reverend Makembo. That boy is just amazing. Brilliant ideas, Messi type. And I've said, get the papers for the parents. We want to be part of his education.
This is why people should support the ideas of Camnet Stars and other clubs. Okay? Believe you me, the one who identified Messi, the one who identified Cristiano Ronaldo, just a certain club, a small club, just a certain club. FAS, yes, is on duty. But like I said, the FAS may not be every corner to go identify that. The coach who has come in Avrant, Chisimbewa, the coach for under 20 and so on, they may not be everywhere to identify. But the point is, let them go out there and identify that talent. But if you have a club like Camnet, they are going now to get a player from Kaoma. You said some players are coming from Kaoma.
There are 4 are coming from
the United Nation is too big. Okay, so if we have such a club, they help Football Association of Zambia to get that cream, in short. They go back and get another cream. You know, one example I'll give you, I'm not advertising for them. Kafio said where a person that came through. My colleague who runs that country, I think that club is called that great idea. He gets this cream, these boys, and put them together. He knows, Pastor knows, when he puts them together, because he knows that from here there will be parts on Dhaka. There will be Mwepu. And then after that, he'll be able to say, Faz, come and watch us. Come and watch us. The coach, you have a technical bench, Coach Chikwanda, coached national team, Coach Chikwanda, coached in Botswana, Coach Chikwanda he has coached Super League. He is now your coach. Few days Musonda is such a qualified coach. And honestly speaking, what a privilege, a guy from Mafinga to be coached by Mr. Chikwanda
and Musonda.
And Musonda. It's a great privilege. And when you said, Mr. Chima, this is the technical bench that we have, I said, sorry, I'm not belittling these other. They may not even have the technical bench. So what does that mean? It means that if the coaches like them can come and work with Camnet, they have seen the vision. This is why, us at Football Association of Zambia, Football House there, Lusaka Province Administration felt it prudent to say, can we work with them and support them? And I can tell you this, when I shared with my chairman, said we'll be able to support them.
Who are those them? You should be saying the local national team. Thank you, Mr. Chima. Mr. Piri, your last words as we are running out of time.
Yes, thank you for that, Pastor. Me, I would just want to reach out to any businessman out there, any church, any mosque, you know, any worshipping center that we have in Zambia, where Zambians would go and worship their Creator. let us try to support this effort Cabinet is trying to put across. We have businessmen, as per se, who have abandoned warehouses around Lusaka, which when they can come forth to say, okay, I think this general idea, I can pledge my warehouse, where everyone coming in from every part of Zambia can come and be lodged there, you know.
Absolutely.
We have people like Star Meeting, the Juba Transport family. Those are very ethical guys when it comes to sport. I know personally Mr. Muhammad, he can donate a meal for that cause. He's someone I can call, he's someone I can knock on his office and announce, you know. These are people that have been contributing positively to the growth of society in Zambia. We have people like Trade Kings, as area on mentioned, you know. We have Star Milling, we have all these A1, the likes of Shabiko Milling. These are companies that can come in and help out in this effort. Because this effort is not about Cabinet. This effort is about the nation. You know, so it's something that somebody should not look at, no, if I come in as a pastor and help Pastor Chiruwa, then I'm degrading my church. I think we need to come to a level of brotherhood, sisterhood, and nationhood, I would want to call it. You know, let's have one goal, let's have one zeal to think of those kids in Chiworia, to think of those kids in Mafinga, to think of somebody's son in Chirubi Island who is talented. How do we help? If we help one child from Chiruri Island to be exposed to the European sector, we're helping the whole island there.
Absolutely.
He's going to come back like Pastor Ndaka has done for his community in Kashuwe. You know, so let us all think of the greatness of our nation, the growth of our nation. This effort which has opened through Cabinet doors is something that everyone, no matter which sector of society you belong to, I would urge you support this effort. I would appeal to you to come in with a heart, and let's hope to see that this is an effort that is there to see so many lives change, so many families change, the nation at large change, and through this effort we can see the World Cup coming back to coming to Zambian doors one day.
Absolutely.
You know?
Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Just to add on what my wife and I have said, even Mr. Chima, should there be a corporate world there to help these less privileged children, we will pledge adverts on Cabinet TV to thank them because they are helping the less privileged. We will do it gladly. Inside the news, outside the news, because it's not easy for somebody to lift someone's life and standards. And this is, my wife and I are just for this nation. I believe I live in a great nation and will produce great people. Yeah. Reverend.
Yes, before my pastor closes the topic, I'm very grateful to our viewers that what you've been asking, we have come back to you. As we have come back to you, let the will of God take its place. And you know what it means to us who are asking you to come to our aid. It does not matter how much you contribute. We value whether you bring a packet of salt or a packet of sugar or 2 quarter. We value it. It will go a long way. Please continue doing what God wants you to do. As for us, we shall be there for you. We are such kind of a people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The other time I must thank President Edith Nawakwe. She brought a lot of trays of eggs and said, Pastor, you are feeding these boys. Please let them help themselves. Up to today, some of those eggs they are using, they came from Edith Nawakwe. She just came and donated. Yeah,
May God accept from her. She's really a blessing to our nation also in one way or another.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, CamNet TV viewers, I wish we could have more time. Two things that I can appeal through this committee, through you, dear viewers. If you have got children that are good in soccer, now that my brother Piri has said we can even register this team to go to Sweden next year, and by the way, the tournament there will be in July, we can send the under 16, under 14, under 12 to Sweden. I've got that opening. I'll work with him, with the corporate world, then we can take these boys. And those of you helping us to buy tickets, our veteran here, Reverend, can accompany the boys, someone from FAS, Mr. Piri, so that you see what we are doing for the nation, and that there is future and hope in this nation. So if you've got boys that are good in soccer, send them to CamNet Stars, Kablonga boys, 9 hours for trials, let them come with their boots. It's open. They will be closing the trials on the 21st of August.
Okay.
And 21st of January, not August, 21st of January, they close, because we want to leave that window for Mr. Chima and the FAS to help us clear these boys and register them under CamNet. We also get them their passports so that we are just ready, because they were born for greatness. The second thing I want to appeal is, as Mr. Piri said, those of you who've got a house and you feel we can use it to accommodate these boys even for trials, please let me know. We are having a lot of boys. Some are coming from Mufrira, and there is somebody who called from Choma. They are coming, but I can't accommodate all of them. If you can, and those of you that can just say, Pastor Chiluba, we are coming to feed these boys. Here's 1 kg of meat. My wife and I are not eating that. We'll take it to the camp house. Tomorrow, your boys will be at international level. On behalf of my wife, the CEO of this great television station, and on behalf of the technical young men who are on duty, the crew, the news team, you are just fantastic. You are awesome. And on behalf of you, dear CamNet viewers, I can simply say you were born for greatness. Let's keep on supporting noble cause in Zambia, and remember watching CamNet TV, because CamNet TV is not just another channel. Bye-bye.